welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you want to see me put some makeup on this face while chatting about just winter things, then please keep watching. And if you're wondering why there's already a bit of eyeshadow residue and all left behind, it's because I had a almost 4-hour meeting the first part of the day, and I just like to put on a little bit of eyeshadow like when I have things like that in the morning, and then my plan is to come back and shower, well, do like maybe more of an actual workout and shower and all that. But a 4-hour meeting, my kid's school day is not that long. This is about school. It is a school thing, so you know it didn't happen. So we are just, you know, I just washed my face and didn't bother with like proper makeup removal, just, you know, whatever the soap would get off, because you know it's all gonna come off in 5-ish hours anyway, so what's the big deal? I thought it would be fun to do a little get ready with me where I am using what was basically a fall palette. I've been keeping it in its little box now because I noticed it was getting a little bit messed up and I was worried about it getting more messed up. So I am storing it in here because if the box gets a little bit dented and all that, it's not the end of the world. But making a winter look with this. Now obviously winter can be all sorts of things. It doesn't have to be, you know, I don't know, it could be whatever colors you want is my point. I'm just gonna do a little lid setting right now. Oops, and sunscreen was still not done. There we go. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun to show that, you know, you don't need to have the newest holiday makeup. I don't know what that was. It was like a piece of cotton or something. The newest holiday makeup to make like a holiday makeup look, or not even like holiday. Ooh, the sparkles really did not want to leave my face. Let me see if I can get it away with this. I guess I didn't go in too hard on my under eye area here for removal. That's helping some. And let's be honest, I'm just gonna end up with more sparkle down here anyway. But yeah, I just wanna show, you know, you don't have to have the latest, newest palette. You don't even have to have, you know, the palette I'm gonna use to make whatever look. And I haven't really decided what I want this wintry look to be. Thinking about doing something with the blues. But do I want to go like full Christmas or something like that? Like, you know, like, no, I'm not really feeling that. So I'm going to stick with some of these. So like there's this purple, which I'm thinking about. But of course I also have these blues. Maybe I'll just start by doing like, you know, setting up the mess and using all the blues here, and then figure out what I want to do for a shimmery type of look. So I think that sounds like my plan. And I actually have a brush that is good for blue right now. So yay. And I guess I could use the mirror that came with the palette. All right, so here we go. But yeah, so we are, you know, about to be, I mean, I guess if you go off of calendar types of things, then, you know, winter starts a certain day. But, you know, there's certainly the feel of fall before fall really, you know, officially starts. Like you start to kind of just notice the sun is a little different in the sky, even if the temperatures haven't gone down yet, but it's just like things start to change. Like the mornings are cooler than they were, you know, in full on summer. And then then the days start to get cooler and stuff like that, at least where I live. And so I feel like winter is the same, that it just kind of gradually starts to happen where you're like, you know, it doesn't look so cold outside. And they're like, oh, it's unexpectedly colder than I was thinking, you know? And I think some of that is just that, you know, adjustment process, because then once you're hitting these temperatures and, you know, it's like February, you're like, oh, this is a warm day for winter. But right now it feels like a cold fall day. But really it's that, you know, winter is sneaking up on us here. There's not a big difference between the first two shadows, I will say. I'm kind of thinking about using, I mean, there's nothing saying I have to stick to the one palette. So let me pull in my Fairy Tale Fairies, and let me use, there's a pastel blue here, but of course my mirror is on. I should just take this off. It's not doing anything for me. All right. I don't usually take those things off. I don't know. Let's see if I can make this brighter with the blue. Possibly not. I might have kind of maxed out the pastel nature. I was just trying to make it a little different. And then maybe there's a medium blue here. Maybe dipping into that, into this next part, just to make it more of a gradient. But yeah, so are there things that you are excited for with winter besides, you know, holidays? I feel like holidays are always, you know, what kind of get us through this part of the year sometimes, because it's, you know, I mean, it's just a darker time of year if you live in the Northern Hemisphere. And so if you want to kind of brighten things up, a holiday is a good way to do that. All right, let's see. Now I'm going to go into that darker blue from the Pacific Northwest palette. So yeah, I definitely like having the holidays for that reason. I'm just not used to having a palette that I'm holding for a mirror. Let me just switch to my mirror that I'm used to using. And it is kind of starting to get a little beat up, I will say. But, you know, I've had it for over 30 years, so we've got to give it some credit here. This is more of a greenish blue, really, when you're looking at it with these mattes, like the other blue mattes. Like, it looks so blue initially, but it's definitely more of this greenish blue, like a very dark teal. But yeah, I know, you know, like for my kids, it would be that they get excited for presents, but then also snow, you know, things like that. I will say as a kid, like, I mean, I kind of get excited for snow. I don't think like I was an anomaly in that regard. But I will say I did not enjoy playing in the snow, I think, as much as many other kids do, because my nose just runs when I'm cold. I thought I had more allergies than I do. I don't know, unless dust is just so bad and terrible, I don't know. But you know, my nose just likes to run like all the time. I don't know, maybe my nose is overly sensitive or something. But yeah, and so if I'm cold, it's running, and then I'm like using a tissue, but then to use a tissue you have to take your glove off, then your hand gets cold, and then like you can never get it back in your sleeve the right way to keep the snow out, and then, you know, I'm then more cold, so then my nose runs more, and you know, it's just an ongoing thing. All right, I'm gonna pinch this a bit to do here. And yeah, so were you a snow playing type of person? And what kind of snow play do you like? I mean, I would do the sledding stuff because that's what my friends did, but it was always a little bit scary for me. And I love roller coasters and things like that, but you know, there's a lot of stuff. I'm a big scaredy cat for things. So like, I don't ride a bike or scooter or, you know, any of that. I would prefer not to drive. And so that's, you know, why I'm a passenger princess. Yeah, I'm just not a danger seeker. I'm risk averse, all of that. All right, you know, you could almost make it just a matte look and be fine, but I do want to add the sparkle. I think I want to go for the purple versus, like, there are the blues in here, but I feel like I want to add something different. And I'm trying to think, because there's also this salmon run shade, but I don't know if I want that versus the mountains are out shade. But maybe I do want the salmon run shade because it's more of a pop. Maybe I'll do both. maybe I'll do salmon run on the inner part and then this one on the outer. Oh, no, the other way. The mountains are out on the inner and the salmon on the outer. I'm gonna do that, but I am gonna use some glitter glue. I'm gonna use it with a brush. I started to try to unscrew the cap. I already unscrewed the cap. But yeah, you know, one of the things I do get excited though for as an adult is watching my kids have fun with the snow. It's less, I don't know, like watching them play, I can still be out there for a while, as long as I'm not having to get all, you know, super wet from the snow, things like that. Like I bundle myself up. I got a man's snowsuit outfit because, wait, what did I say? I was doing salmon run on the outer part, right? I think so. So, all right, I'm gonna start the mountains are out, the cooler tone one on this inner part here. But yeah, I got a man's snowsuit a few years ago, and it was just, you know, because the women's ones, they'll do like pants or something. I'm like, no, I want the full like with the overalls or whatever type of vibe, because that's what I had as a kid, and it's like that's the best way for, you know, keeping the snow out. I'm all padded, so I can be sitting down on things, and you know, my bottom's not soaking it all up. I'm like, I don't care that it's not cute. The only thing is that because I'm not a man and I am not a tall woman, it is a little long, and so I wish that I could hem it in some sort of way, but it would just be really complicated with the material and all that. So yeah, but I couldn't get a size to fit me then otherwise, like it's, you know. So, oh well. I probably could have just stuck with this, but I am enjoying having a separate shimmer here. So right now I'm going into that salmon run shade just for a little contrast. Yes, I like that. That's fun. I'm not sure how I feel about coming up here as a diagonal, but I kind of already started it, and so, you know, too late now. But like I said, I'm only having this on for a little while, really, so it's not a big deal. Yesterday, I had such a good eyeshadow look on, and we weren't doing anything, but I was going to be going for pickup originally, because, oh, I guess technically I wore it for grocery shopping, but I did the quickest grocery shopping because I was only getting like 3 things, but I also went super fast because on the way, my tires gave me my car gave me the warning that my tires were low in air or something again, and so I'm like, okay, and so my husband was like, well, go ahead and do it, and then when you come back, he happened to be working from home that day, so, you know, he's like, I can help. So he came out though while I was trying to, because we have a little portable air pump thing to measure and all, and I hadn't used it before, so I was struggling. All right, what else do I want to do? I want to do something on the lower lash line. So maybe, again, I can kind of mix it up. I'm going to use something from my Stone Vibes palette. Okay, there's a pale blue shade there. Is that what I want to do? I think I'm going to stick a little bit monochromatic since I have that other color there. So this will be fine. And this is similar enough to what I had down here before, so then, you know, it kind of helps with the fact that I changed it up. But yeah, and so he was checking the air, and like, you know, some of them were like a little bit low, but the one tire was only 27, and it's supposed to be, well, because I've been driving, I should have been like around 36. So, yeah, we had to, well, he was like, because it's like, I don't know, like, because I'm like, you know, do I have like a leak or something? The fact that like I had this happen not that long ago, you know, and filled it up, I'm like, why, you know, what's going on here? So sure enough, as he's kind of feeling around the tire and looking, there's a nail in the tire, and it's a good chance, or there's a good chance that it had been there for some time. But yeah, we did not want to risk me driving it to go pick up the one child, so he was able to do that, which I was so grateful for. All right, and now I'm bringing in another eyeshadow. It's time for my Dollhouse palette for the inner corner. So, but yeah, he was able to then go take my car that last night to get the tires done so that, you know, he was gonna schedule me for today, and it's like, I mean, I can go, I have a meeting, but I mean, I can miss it if I have to. I mean, that's kind of a big deal and need new tires. But yeah, he was able to do that, which was great. And so now I've got new tires. And which is great for the time of year too, with the season. And I was kind of due for tires when they had last rotated them. They were like, you know, it was like still, like I still had tread, so it wasn't, they were like, you know, you don't have to just yet. I don't drive it a lot, or at least not, you know, long distances or anything like that. All right, now I want to do something dark. I'm gonna go back to the Fairy Tale Fairies and do the green, because I don't have a great dark shade in the other one without, like, this green has been good for this, just to add a little bit of something down there. But yeah, they were trying to say that these new tires would be good for rain and then also snow. That you don't even need chains. It's like, I wouldn't go that far, especially with my car. I don't have all-wheel drive or anything like that. That's the main thing as an adult that I don't like the snow for is, you know, and even as a kid, I would have this thought, because we didn't have fancy cars that could handle snow that well, that, you know, if you have to get somewhere, because, you know, like they'll close schools, but then at a certain point, you know, like and they do like the delays and all, and it's like, I still have to drive or get there, you know, maybe we're walking to get there even, but then it's hard to walk and get there and because of sidewalks or things like that. And so, you know, I will say one thing here, people make fun of how, they're like, oh, they get so scared here of the snow. But I'm like, well, you know what? I appreciate that in general. I don't think I've had to worry like, oh no, how am I going to get my kid to school? If they're having school, you know, or even with the delay, I'm going to deepen up this outer corner some more too. That, I'll go back into that other shade, the blue green thing. That even if, you know, there's a delay or something, it's generally that I could be fine to handle it. I will say though, that this year, my one kid rides the bus, and so there's a bus route if there's snow. So I have to go down the hill, like drive them to like this other communal bus stop that they all pick up at, and then get myself back up the hill too. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. I'm almost like, I don't know, maybe I should just drive them to school at that point. I mean, honestly, it's already halfway there if I'm driving them that far for where their school is, but oh well. I like this. I think this was good. Let me add blush. But yeah, besides enjoying, like, you know, my kids playing with the snow and all, I also enjoy then with the break having that time with them, because I know that there's only so many years that they are home and, you know, that we can do things and all that. So I do enjoy it. It also is just kind of easier. Like, I have to make them lunch no matter what. It's just, do I have to make it that's something I can send? I have to kind of plan it out versus like, hey, it's time to eat. Let's have our food. So that's kind of, you know, it's always easier just to have them home, I feel like, for, you know, that type of thing. And I'm going to put on my powder and then I do my brows. So I'm not sure if I've said it, but I was talking about testing out this powder of, you know, how well do I think it compares to my old favorite. And I will say that it definitely does not keep things as matte as the one I was using, but it is a better value for at least the price that I got it. and the current price of my, it would still be my favorite if, I mean, I would kind of like that if it came in a bigger package because I go through it so fast. But also the brand is just ugly now, so, or at least I'm aware of them being ugly. And I know I could put concealer on this pimple that I have, but honestly, like, I always feel like it makes it worse. Like, that just looks worse. It's like, oh, you know, what's that weird bumpy thing on your face versus like, oh, it's a pimple, okay. All right, let me see. Did I get everything? Sometimes I have found though also with this powder, although I think I had it with the other one too, is like later I'll be like, oh, I missed patting out a part and it looks a little silly, but all right. That all looks good. Now for my eyebrows. I'm gonna go ahead and do my normal combo from my Stone Vibes palette. But yeah, I hope that it is a good actual winter since we haven't really, you know, it's like just on the cusp and all here. But it is going to be good and lots of fun to be had. All right. So, yeah, what is winter like where you are if you want to share? You know, for us here, it's just that it's very dark. And I mean, we'll have sunny days, especially as January comes, we get more of that. But it, you know, it's either bright and sunny and then very cold for those days, or if it warms up a little bit, then it's gray and raining. So that's kind of winter here. And then, you know, we have been getting snow more than they used to, but, you know, I don't know how much we'll get this time. They have actually built some snow days more into the calendar this year than they had before, or just like inclement weather days. Before they would only have like one, and now we have multiple, so yay for that. I still don't know if that means that we can get out of school early if we don't use them, because then, you know, I'd be more inclined to be like, yeah, let's not have a no school day, let's have a regular day and then end early. But, you know, I guess I'll just take what I can get. Okay, for lips, what do I want to do? I am going to do, you know what? I'm going to do a red lip because that fits with the whole, you know, trying to do it this vibe. Now I might put something with it to kind of tone it down. Just a little bit. I'm just trying to decide what that would be. What can I layer with it? Let me try this dark lip oil. And this will make it a little more cool toned. Yeah. I like that. Okay, I don't know how much my hair is enjoying this right now because it was up for so long that it's kind of angry with me. I might put a little bit of product in it just to help with that. But I did manage to have a finished look before my one child comes home and then I have to go get the other child. So hopefully you have enjoyed this little wintry get ready with me. And like I said, let me know about your winter and what you look forward to, maybe what you don't look forward to if you want to share that. And that's all I have for you. So thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye!